Sanbonani, Molweni, Absheni, Lochani. Hello, everybody. It is the one and the only AMAHLE Songo, and today I'll be representing Miss Teen Grand as a semi-finalist of 2025. And today we have a gorgeous, stunning, inspiring Tokologo Tsita. Please kindly introduce yourself so we get to know you.
Hi, how are you, AMAHLE?
Doing absolutely amazing. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here.
We're honored to have you.
My name is Tokologo Tsita Thathiah. So Tsita is from my dad's side of the family.
Okay.
So when I got married, I moved from Tsita to Thathiah, but I still call myself Ngwanaha Tsita, you know.
Yes,
so that
proud.
bloodline must still continue.
Yes, definitely.
So I was born in Lenmit, and I grew up in Leondale actually.
Okay.
And then from Leondale we moved to Mondio, and that's where my life of passions and just being outspoken and being on stage started off. So I always say I feel like I was born on stage.
Definitely, you were born for this. We see you. I mean, you're doing amazing. Can you tell us all about these titles?
So
you earned these titles, you know? Exactly! Yeah, period. So tell us about these titles. How did you go about it? How did you start maybe entering Miss Soweto? Just tell us about the journey.
Okay, so when I decided to enter Mrs. Soweto, I was just going through a rough patch, you know, in my life. So I wanted healing.
Yes.
I wanted to grow as a woman and re-find myself, because I can't always be pouring from an empty cup, you know. Like, I'm that type of person that's always there to want to help someone else. But I felt that I'm empty, you know. So I need to go out there, heal. And when I did my first community upliftment, that's when I found my healing, when I was speaking to one of the students, and she was like, I've never gotten a recognition in my life for being such a great student.
Yes.
And I can't wait for someone else to recognize. And that for me was my healing moment, that I have given someone flowers, and those are my flowers.
Yes.
And that's when I was like, I want to do this. I want to continue doing this. I want to be that voice that I did not get when growing up, you know, when I was always being outcasted. And
Yes.
why are you smiling? Guys, I don't know. I love smiling.
And you have a beautiful smile.
Yes.
You know?
So when I got all these titles, because I'm a businesswoman,
Period. You know? And that was recognized.
Yes, you know, and I always used to encourage people and direct them in the right direction, you know. And public choice, I'm out there.
Yes.
I'm outspoken,
Yes,
you know.
very bubbly.
So I gravitate easily to people. I become a mirror towards them. So I think this whole title here, the public choice, I got it because I can be a mirror to someone else and sit and understand their pain, you know, without any judgment, and directing them in the right direction of healing. And Miss Charity, because of the community upliftments that I did, and that I'm still doing, and I want to continue where my father left off, because of what the whole charity thing. Like, my dad would bring people and he'll bring them home, give them food, or give them a job, you know. And it was that thing, no, this is normal, you know. And when I did that, I reconnected with him, and I was like, okay, this is nice. This is beautiful, you know, like making someone happy, giving them that thing. I have something to wake up for, you know.
That's so. That's amazing. Those are such amazing titles.
Thank you,
Miss Charity. I feel like for you, it's what you were born with, because it's what you introduced to it. Your father was a person that was a giver, and that's how you, as his children, grew up. It's you giving back to the community. So with public choice, I feel like a lot of contestants don't take it seriously, and I love how you're bringing all of your sashes, and you are very proud of how the hard work that you've put in. Most of the people don't like their public choice because it's like, oh my God, they just voted for me, I didn't win, so what? So what advice do you have for those people who are discouraged whenever they don't get the title of a queen, and they get titles like entrepreneur, get titles like Miss Charity or public choice?
So for me, the first thing is know your why, because your why goes beyond the crown.
True.
And now once you know your why and you do not receive the crown, there's so much for you to do, because there is so much difference that we need to make in this society, in our country, to grow, like it's something that is rooted in. So once you know your why and you don't get the crown, know what you were doing and don't let it end there. Continue, because you do not know who's looking and where and how far you'll get. I always say, with me, with the whole charity that I'm doing, I'm not doing it for now. I'm not doing it because of the titles that I have. I am doing it until the last day on earth, that I know what I've done. I've made a mark, and I didn't just do it in Soweto. I even went to Mpumalanga,
really?
to go do community upliftments, where I did a charity thing with matric students that were writing accounting, and we distributed accounting equipment, like your calculators, your pens, so all that, so I worked with hand in hand with Njaji Mbata Foundation and Give a Heart to Tsita. So like, know your why and know that at the end of the day, it's not about the crown. It goes beyond the crown, because beauty starts within,
True.
So yeah.
Thanks so much for that. That was so inspirational. So you started selling muffins and cheap rolls in 2013, which eventually funded your university education. What inspired you to take this entrepreneurial leap, and how did it shape your future endeavors?
So I grew up in a household where there was 5 children.
Okay.
5. When do you get spending? On a Friday, and it was a lot for my parents. My siblings went to varsity. Back then, varsity was expensive, I went to Mondio High, and then we had the grade 11s had to start a business, That's when I was like, okay, I really want this. Plus I wanted a phone. That's how it started off. I wanted a phone. My parents weren't planning on buying me a phone, so I started with selling muffins, and then from muffins I was like, okay, imali it's nice, buying your own clothes. And then from then on I started with chip rolls, and then the chip rolls, the money was flowing, and I was like, this is nice. This is what I'm into, And from then on, I just went with it. I just started hustling and making a plan. No, I need this, I need that. And also for me, it was that thing, I want to move out of my parents' house, and I need to show them that I'm responsible enough to take care of myself, and I'd buy without them asking me, buy this, buy that, So that's when my business ideas, and I've always wanted to be a businesswoman. Yeah, from a young age. Barry, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a businesswoman.
And you did that.
And I did exactly that, Till now I'm a private chef with international accreditations.
Girl!
And so if I decide, I'm going to Germany, I can open up my own restaurant there.
Amazing.
So yeah, like I really, really worked hard, and I followed through with my dream and my passion. So even now, anyone that I'm friends with, our friendship starts off, I know you can do my hair, and from there, listen, I know so much, she's my friend. Call her, no, she's very good. So so with being a businesswoman, I put other women on, so yes.
So there are people out there who are scared to take that step of maybe stepping into their greatness. Maybe they want to be businesswoman, businessman, but they don't know what steps to follow. So how did you go about it? How did you now start realizing that actually I can bake muffins and make money out of it? How did you get to that mindset?
Actually, I started off with 20 Rand. I took that 20 Rand and I was like, from this 20 Rand, most probably I can make 100 Rand from it, you know. So it's that thing of, most people want to start off a business and they think they need so much money.
Okay.
And you can just start off with the basic things that you have. And those basic things that you have would lead you very far, you know. You do not need to be a millionaire to start off a business, you know. You do not need to have billions and thousands with you, you know. Just start with what you have and push through it. Believe it, because if you don't believe it, it's not going to get there.
Yeah.
It's not going to get there.
That's true.
And it takes time, you know. It takes time. You will fall 1,000 times, but always know that once I fall, I need to get up. What wrong did I do?
Yes.
Learn from that to get where you want to go. Me, I'm aiming for Forbes until under 40, just like soon.
I mean, period. You're manifesting. It's gonna happen.
Exactly.
It's gonna happen.
Putting it out there into the universe, and you know that I made a promise to the universe.
Yes.
And I need to
have
follow.
to deliver.
Exactly.
Yes, definitely. So your biography mentions that you embarked on your business venture while balancing your academic pursuits. Can you elaborate on the challenges you faced and the strategies you employed to overcome them?
I still remember when I started off, it was that thing, let me hustle, sell something because I need to pay for fees. I need to pay for rent. I can't go back at home and tell my parents that, guys, I failed, you know? So I pushed through it, even though there was a point in time when I was like, should I leave school? I think I should drop out, you know? But also it was that thing of, if you drop out, then your parents are right, you know? So I pushed through it, even though sometimes it was so straining to a point where I couldn't even focus at school, you know? So I decided, okay, let me find a job where I can do something haki chaser when I'm not at school. And I started dancing, and that money was flowing nice. And I was like,
you were dancing?
Yes.
Girl, you do everything.
No, I had to find a way to balance everything and use my talents, you know, because if I knew, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, you know. So I must, and also I did ballet, ne? So the jivering that I was doing, it was that thing, girl, where's stage? But I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and that I'm gonna do it in me. I did not care what people say, and I pushed through, and I achieved what I wanted to achieve, and I could balance it out, you know. So even when my toughest time actually is when I was in chef school.
Yes.
So that was studying. That was working at a restaurant, and also this side, I am a mother, I am a wife, I need to try balance that. That was when I felt, this is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot. And after I graduated, I was like, okay, I must start my own business.
Yes.
I can't wake up and work for someone else. I've learned what I had to learn working for someone else. I got my ideas, you know, I got the motivation, but now I need to rebalance everything for my mental health also. Because my mental health is very important. So that is my tips and tricks for anyone that needs to know, sit down and understand how will this work for me. Like understand, okay, if plan A is not working, plan B
has to.
You know, if plan B is not working, how do I take plan C to make plan A and B work to get a plan C, you know? So, yeah.
That is amazing. I mean, a lot of people often get demotivated when things are clashing at the same time. Like you said, you are a wife, a mother, working at the restaurants, you know, trying to work everything out. There are people who can't manage all of that, you know. And what advice do you have for them? Like, how do they start prioritizing their mental health, start balancing everything out when they feel like everything is just clashing?
You know what? We all don't have money to go to a therapist, but the best therapist is you.
True.
Sit down, speak to yourself, go to a mirror, be honest with yourself. No one's gonna lie to you, you know. When you talk to yourself, you won't lie to yourself. If you know it's ish, I like green, but green is not for me.
Yeah.
You know? So
True.
sit down and be honest with yourself, you know, and then once you're honest with yourself, you stand up and you do that. You know? So being honest with yourself and reflecting on everything that you do, okay, this might not be working for me. Why is it not working for me? Is it something that I saw from someone else, or it's something that I want for myself? How do I come back and say, okay, I am missing out, or I'm losing out, or I'm not achieving what I want to achieve? How do I achieve it? Because the only person that knows where the dream started is you. So you'll know how to redirect yourself. So sitting down and being honest with yourself will be the best thing that you ever do.
Thank you for
yourself.
that. So you serve as an ambassador from Jaji Mbata Foundation and the is it Mina
Cup?
Oh, Mina Cup Foundation. Give a heart to Tsita. I still struggle with that name. Sorry about that. So, what motivates you to dedicate your time and energy to these philanthropic causes, and how do you measure their impact?
So they align with my vision. They align with my vision. Number one, Mina Cup. We are ending period poverty. You know, we want to make sure that every girl goes to school. We are making sure that women, our health, you know, like you know, when you look at your tampons or your pads, they say you can get metal shock. So it's actually scary that we don't read into this. Our tampons, that cotton gets stuck in you, you know, and we get fibroids, you know. So with Mina Cup, it's something that is healthy for women, whether you are disabled or you have money or not, you know, because with every period cup that you buy, we give someone that is disadvantaged to get one, you know. And with your Mina Cup, it lasts for 5 years. All you need to do is just wash it and whoop, simple, the whole day. You can have it like 4 to 6 hours you can have, and you can go to school, you know. And it's not going to disturb anything. When you pee, you pee. When you want to do number 2, you do number 2, you know. So we are ending period poverty, especially in places, emakaya. There are children that are being raised by their grandmothers, you know. And buying pads, it's expensive, you know. So having that one period cup, it's 180. Imagine how much you're saving for the next 5 years.
We need
and and we're saving the planet. We are saving the planet. And then with Mjaji Mbata Foundation, it is a foundation where we work with children baskolo, you know. So that initiative was like, this aligns with my brand, you know, and I want to go far, you know. I don't just want to end Ejozi, you know. I want to go to Eastern Cape, to Mpumalanga, to Limpopo. We are just going everywhere. And with all the foundations that I'm working with, we are not just situated here, and we want to go international, you know.
Amazing.
And Give a Heart to Tsita is an international brand, but it started Ekaya in Eastern Cape, where my dad founded that, and from then after he passed on, my brother took over, and to a point where we are giving back. To a point, now what we are doing is we are going to be doing fruit and vegetable gardens at schools. Where now, the person that cooks at school, where they get the food. So those vegetables and fruits, they're going to be used at school. And I'm going to be taking 10 schools where we are going to be growing fruits and vegetables, different fruits and vegetables, and giant pumpkins, you know, and we'll be doing exchanging. So they learn that, you know what, if I can give you 5 potatoes, you give me 5 tomatoes, you give me spinaches, say 5. We are swapping and we are ending poverty, you know. So, and healthy eating, and we are building future chefs. Bioengineering, people, organic farming. So it goes in with a lot. So they align with everything that I want to do and what I want to achieve and my mission, you know. Uguti, we need to help one another.
Definitely.
And we need to make a mark molefatsing, you know. So yeah.
And you are living proof of that. I mean, okay, so what are your most ambitious goals and aspirations for the next chapter of your journey? What steps are you taking to turn those visions into a reality?
Like I just gave you now with the whole fruit and vegetable garden, I want it to be something that is throughout the whole of Soweto, throughout the whole of South Africa, in communities that are going through poverty. But by then, tlamehile go sena poverty anymore, you know, because now we will stop spending and have a healthier future and live longer, you know, and live longer and do good exchanging, you know, where we work with one another and we don't belittle, you know, each other, you know. So that's what I want for the future, and also for my children, you know. They need to see a whole, this is the mark that my mom is leaving, and I need to be a better person, you know. I want them to be 10 times better, you know, 10 times better than me. I want the children younger than me to be 15 times better than me, you know. This is, it's like that seed that you plant and you water it and you see how it blossoms. So that's what I want for the future. And obviously, you know, in the future, they must say South Africa, you know, agriculture, children development. That's what I want, you know, mental health, yarona, where we start at a young age and we help each other. Most probably the rating, the killings of women, children, you know, everyone, genders, and also depression, it will go lower, you know. So it's just the act of kindness. That's
true.
That is
and
my mission.
I wish you all the best on that journey.
Thank you. Thank you.
So are we expecting any other pageant that you'll be joining?
Actually, with Mrs. Soweto, this was the last one. It was really the last one because I learned so much. I learned so much. You know, when I entered pageants, I wanted to learn something different about me, you know. And with Mrs. Soweto, I found the healing I've been longing for. So no more pageants for me, but I'll be guiding everyone else, and I'll be giving tips and tricks of how important it is to collaborate with brands that work with you and your mission and that align with what you believe in, you know. So yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, so as we conclude this conversation, what final thoughts or words of wisdom would you like to share to everyone who's watching? You can just watch the camera and say it to them.
I'd like to tell everyone that you are worth it. You are smart, you are kind, and everything that you believe in is valid. You need to shut that voice inside of you that tells you that, no, you can't do this. Shut it down and give yourself power, because you are unique. Without you, there wouldn't be a you.
True.
Thank you.
And that is it from us, guys. Mwah! Thank you so much for that conversation.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having me here.
Absolutely.